All right. Welcome, everybody, to another incredible session here of the Lit Up podcast. Myself, Michael Benmeleh, and actually I'm super excited because we have live and in color Rabbi Lazer Brody, all the way from the holy city of Ashdod, Israel. And Rabbi, if there's one person I want to start talking to immediately about what's going on in Eretz Israel, both on a spiritual front and on a physical front, it is you. Just for everybody who actually does not know who Rabbi Lazer Brody is, which I'd be surprised if you don't. Rabbi Lazer Brody, number one, is an incredible teacher, lecturer, author, former IDF soldier, a person who continually inspires all of Klal Yisrael with emunah and with faith. You can find them on emunah beams. Rav, at the end, we'll go through all the different ways people can follow you. And again, I want to thank you so much for the time and opportunity. I know there's a lot going on. You're very limited on time. So if you can tell us a little, how are you doing in such a hotbed right now of activity in Ashdod?
I tell you, I don't even have time to think how I'm doing. I have so many. Just now, just as you've spoken to me, Michael, I just got one vid from the Lebanon border and one vid from inside Gaza. And these are things that can't be this from my students. And, when you've got something on your chest, you either want to talk to your dad or your rabbi, your spiritual guide. And for these guys, I'm their spiritual dad, at the end of the relationship, the same type of relationship that you and I have. Okay. And the stuff I'm hearing, you don't hear on CNN, not even on Fox News. But I got tears in my eyes just thinking of the heroism and the valor that our guys, good little Jewish boys, but under fire. I'm telling you, Israel now to make the spiritual tie spiritual. Okay, you have a lion, and sometimes the lion is he's eating steak, and you can walk by him, and he won't get up, won't do anything. You go in lion, and you wound him. You cut him bad. That lion is cut bad. He's wounded. We in Israel wounded. Israel's a wounded lion. A wounded lion is the fiercest animal in the jungle. Okay. So now all the rosy hearts are, what Israel's doing. Hey, who asked you to come in on Shabbat in the morning at Simchat Torah? And yes, I have a few people that complained that I was graphic. I'm sorry. I can't see every child, every Jewish child. That's my own child. Michael, you know that there's no difference between your kids and my biological kids. It's the same thing. We love them the same. And you don't know what it is to see pictures of babies in their cribs with their torso in one place and their heads in another place. You don't know what it is to hear the guys in Zaka. Okay, guys in Zaka, next to me, that Zaka guy calls up and he says to me, Rav, I've been in car accidents and I've been in tragedies and I've been everything. And to see babies in Kfar Aza, 40 babies, and it's just crazy what we're up against. Michael, this is no longer, when I was in the army, okay, it was all the time. Yeah, I knew Lebanon like the back of my hand, the Golan, Syria, but never fighting at home. No, all fighting across the borders. Always fighting across the borders. Michael, this in the last 72 hours, there have been 3 terrorist infiltrations as far as Ashdod. Yesterday, there were 6 in Ashkelon, which is right 3 miles down the road. I'm in the south of Ashdod. And, you come do it with me on the beach. We just look down the beach and you can see Ashkelon right there. Ashkelon, just now before we spoke, between the last 2 times we spoke, Ashkelon took 6 barrages and they hit the Barzilai Hospital in Ashdod. In Ashkelon. These are not human. You know why they're not human? They're not human because they are, what can I tell you? They're created from the dark side. The dark side angels. The dark side angels. This is nothing else to think about. Michael, can you still see me?
I can see you and I can hear you perfectly, Rav.
Okay, good, because my screen went blank. Now it's back again. Okay, this is south of Israel and our internet connections. Okay, now that it's crazy jammed up communications here.
Rabbi, if you don't mind telling me a little bit, what is it like right now? Obviously, like I said, you're in the hotbed, you're in Ashdod, next to Ashkelon, tremendous amount of missiles going your way. Tell me a little bit of what it's like. I know we were just talking before you sent me a WhatsApp message. I'm hearing the sirens in the background and the planes flying over you.
Right. The last time we talked, right. Last time we talked, we took a hit from down the road, and this is the closest one has been right outside the office. In fact, if we joke, we try to make humor of it that they were trying to hit the Amunah Beam's office. I mean, this is my bomb shelter. This is the Amunah Beam's office because I built this, and I built this with thought. It's got 8-inch reinforced cinder block and concrete and metal, and that's it. Well, that's it on the ground floor. I live on the third floor. But the office is down here in a bomb shelter, so I don't have to be interrupted. But I haven't been getting so much work done because I've been encouraging soldiers. I've been struggling with the feeling, even at age 74. I'm also a fitness trainer, and I stay in combat fitness, even at age 74. And I started thinking it would be so much easier to put on the olive grab and to grab a SAR, an M16 or a Galil, and get the thing. But that's not what Hashem wants from me right now. I got to be here for people. I got to be here and keep.
Rob, tell me a little bit about that. You said you've been talking to soldiers. You're obviously engaging with them. What's going on with their state of mind, and what's going on with them? What are they being exposed to? What's going on with that?
You cannot imagine what's happening. One of my closest Talmidim has a son in special forces in Gaza. And the stuff they've been going through, the Arabs, the terrorists, they got hold of Israeli uniforms and they live in Gaza. They were working in Israel for years. And so they started to talk Hebrew. Oh, yeah, we're Tzahal. At a point blank, he shot my Talmud's son. Okay. Look, Hashem did a miracle. I've been praying for this soldier. I've been praying especially for the soldiers because he's in the toughest place.
What's his name, by the way?
Hashem did a miracle. The bullet bounced off his helmet. That's no such thing. He got a pain in the neck because it jolted his head so much. And then he thought twice and boom, just nailed the terrorist right afterward. Wow. Okay, but it lived through getting shot in the head. It bounced off his helmet. This is stuff going through. And the same guy, another guy who under fire rescued another police commando, Mishmar Gvul, rescued 3 injured tank guys. And after they did that, they went and they freed a family that was hostages. And there's still all kinds of terror. Nobody knows how many terrorists are still in the area. Okay, they're still floating around the area. Caught 3 of them right here in the entrance to Ashdod. Let's see, today is Wednesday. It was a Monday. Okay, I have to on Monday. Yesterday they reached the beach. But the Navy caught them. It's crazy. You don't leave the house unless you got to stock up on food or something else. Usually, me and my people do it. I'm down at the beach. I'm out the orchards. I'm up at the dunes. And usually, at a time like this, I go up to the dunes where I could see all of Ashdod, and I pray for all of Ashdod. If I would do that, I would be causing my Rebbetzin a heart attack. She wants to know I'm here. Okay, so I can't do that. I have to do things that are responsible. But the whole equation has changed. I'll give you an example, Michael, how the equation has changed. The Melitzer Rebbe, my Rebbe, right now, our neighborhood, he is a grandson of the Baal Shem Tov. He's son after son of Reb Michal Zlotchever. Is the real deal Baal Shem, pure tzaddik, 80 years old. The Melitzer Rebbe, if I would say, Rebbe, can I carry a piece? Never in a million years. Okay, say to me in Yiddish, "It's a piece. You've got a Muna. What do we need a piece for?" I told him today, I said, Rebbe, there's nobody else in the shul. There's a Hasidim. The guys that didn't serve in the IDF. And I said, Rebbe, I tell you, it's a little bit irresponsible. We got to do our stuff. So the Rebbe said to me, Lazer, get a piece. So I've been all through the afternoon in between brides frantically trying, even spoke to Ben Gvir's office to expedite getting the license. I mean, this last thing I would have thought of, who's thinking about, stocking up with a piece at a time like this, at age 74. No, we're doing it got to be. I mean, the infiltrators, you can't take choice. So what is going on here? Let's go to the spiritual. Okay, I could go into more and more details. There's a lot of gory details. When the smoke clears, there's a lot of stuff to talk about. I can write a book just from what my Talmidim have told me and what they have been through. Now I've got one of my Talmidim is up in Lebanon, and they're starting firing today. Okay, Lebanon is the Hezbollah with a shoulder missile hit an Israeli tank. Nobody knows. They did that yesterday, and four guys. They're four guys that first they're injured, then they were killed, and one was this Druzy lieutenant colonel, really good guy, young guy, commander. Druzy, they're brothers. They're brothers in arms. Okay, a lot of respect for the Druzy, and they got killed. So who knows? In the north, and Iran is doing all this now. It's without a doubt it's Iran. Now we go to Yalkut Shimoni. Yalkut Shimoni says that before Mashiach comes, that Iran and Russia are going to align against the West, which is the U.S. Okay, against the U.S. They say Edom is the U.S. And ultimately, now it looks like the U.S. is helping us. My call is, according to the Yecheskel Hanavi, my call is we're going to have to go it alone. We're going to have to go it alone. And that's what it's going to be a big scare. But Eliyahu Navi says, and the same in the Midrash, Anovim. Okay, my humble sons, Higi Azman Legulatchem. The time of the Gula has arrived. It's all coming down. It's just what we got to do is hold on with Emunah and keep a smile on our faces and know that it's like we are fighting a war of Emunah. What is the war of Emunah, Michael? The war of Emunah, Hamas has grade 97 Emunah. You got to understand, these guys got unbelievable Emunah, but they don't have Torah. So, which means they believe in Allah. They believe in the same God, but they don't have a Torah that says you shouldn't kill and you shouldn't murder, you shouldn't steal. Not only do they behead babies, they're so sadistic, they take their captives and they take their credit cards, and now the banks are trying to get the names of the captives because Hamas is going on shopping sprees with captured people's credit cards. You know, they steal, they rob, they kill. They're savages. But why they're savages? Because they're dark side angels. Who created Hamas? We created Hamas with our Averas. Every time we say something bad about another Jew, that creates a negative angel. Okay? Who can say, Michael, that in the last year between Rosh Hashanah 5783 and Rosh Hashanah 5784, that they didn't badmouth another brother or another sister? And every time, that's what the Chofetz Chaim yells about that. He said, you create, and Rabbi Lazer Ben Yaakov says in the 4th chapter, Pirkei Avos, you create a sin, you create an accusing angel. This accusing angel filters down, and this accusing angel embodies himself for the Hamas terrorists. Okay? So the only way to uproot them, look, you can raise Gaza, wipe out Gaza. We didn't have a World War II and everybody gets us. The only way to uproot them is like this. Okay, for right now, no talk against another Jew. It's pikuach nefesh. I don't care if he's Orthodox, conservative, reform, right, left. It's a brother, it's a sister. No talk. It's pikuach nefesh. Every time somebody says something bad about another Jew, there's another terrorist infiltration. Okay? So when you do something good for a Jew, then that bullet is going to bounce off. Somebody must have held their tongue, and that's what made the bullet bounce off my student son's his helmet. It's no joke. Now, first of all, no lashon hara. That's got to be, because and my proof is from the Midrash. David Melech, he won his wars, but he got people killed right and left. Okay, David Melech knew that he was going to send Uriah the Hittite to the front. He's going to get blown away, because that's when you go to the front, you get blown away. Ultimately, you're going to win a war. Ahab, who was the biggest idolater in Torah in history, the seventh day, Ahab, Jezebel, his wife, Ahab won all his wars, and the soldiers came back smelling aftershave. Nobody with a scratch. Why? Because they had so much unity. And where do we do in the unity form? Ovadia, the prophet, hid the 100 loyal prophets in a cave in his time of famine. Michael, to barely subsistence of bread and water, how much does it take to keep 100 guys alive? Okay, even if they're a little prophet, they weigh 120 pounds. Everybody knew that he was schlepping water and schlepping bread to keep these people alive. Everybody knew. Not a single one ratted on Ovadia. And Jezebel would have given them multimillionaires. She would have given them yachts and villas and millions to find this out. Nobody did that. That's why they won all their wars. Okay, no lashon hara, and we love each other. I'm not talking about. There's a lot to talk about Shabbat. There's a lot to talk about modesty and tznius. There's a lot to talk about other stuff that we got. Thing the Shabbat. Okay, you keep the Shabbat. The Shabbat keeps you. You protect the Shabbat. But I'd say first of all, right now we're trying to bat the hatches. We're fighting a war of existence. If somebody wants to help Israel, oh, you know what they did? Okay, it's nice. Everything, the money is nice to say country. First of all, you could be a soldier in LA, you could be a soldier in Miami, but just guarding your tongue. When you guard your tongue, you're guarding the Israeli army. That's it. No more intramural hate. And that's what led up to this. Look at Israel, the hate, the right against the left, and Sturmer and Nazi Germany didn't have the stuff that the Israeli media would be writing about. Don't want to say anything about fellow Jews, but people would look at me, nobody knows what my background is. They see me in the street, I'm all right, and you see these 17, 18-year-old kids that come up and they spit at you. This is what we went through this year. This is crazy to look. Somebody looks like me. It was like being a black in Selma, Alabama, 1953. Okay, none more of that. None more of that. This morning, the good news is this morning in Israel, everybody, hey brother, how you doing, my brother? Achi, achi, achi. It's all achi, achi. There's no right, there's no left, there's no religious, there's no non-religious. Everybody. And you know something? It's crazy. I'll tell you a story. We had a barrage on Sunday. Guess who jumps into my bomb shelter? Some little twiggy that was walking in the street with a midriff. I don't know what she's doing in a Hasidic neighborhood. Okay. She comes into the communal, not my office, but the communal bomb shelter right here in the building. And my neighbors are Ger Hasidim, they're kanoim. Nobody said a word to her. Nobody said a word to her. Nobody said anything. Otherwise, in normal times, well, you don't want to come into my neighborhood looking like that. She came in looking like a Miami girl on the beach, and wow. This is, I'm saying this to illustrate. This is the spiritual war. This is spiritual war. There's got to be achdus. There's got to be togetherness, and anybody that can contribute to that. And Pat, yeah, that's you're drafted.
I gotta say a couple of things. Number one is it's amazing because conceptually to try to bring that concept home to all of Klal Yisrael, which is like it's about time, right? Like we finally say, this is not a war between us and Hamas, and it's a war between us. And if we can figure out how everybody needs to be on the same plane and go, look, we have to love each other, respect each other, do the best that we can, as you just made some incredible proofs regarding King Achav and King David as an example. But the idea that really, really, not only just the stopping, right? Let's say no lashon hara, right? Let's stop that. But adding on top of that, anything that we can do for Klal Yisrael, which is what we're seeing now, obviously. We're seeing the incredible love and achdut, and we're going to do this, and Hasidic people are doing that for the Chiloni, and back and forwards. And this is what it's all about. And I want to add on to that, Rabbi. Yesterday, we were in an incredible not memorial, but more like an achdut community thing here in North Miami Beach in Miami. And one of the things that was said is that, like you just mentioned before, we are all on the front lines right now. We all have a sort of role to play. You can be on the, so to speak, chesed team of the front lines, right? You can be on the no talking lashon hara. You can make those extra efforts in Torah learning, in speaking to Hashem, praying. Obviously, one of the things that was beautiful that was done is people were handing out names of soldiers. Somebody would take one, and that's your soldier that you have as your person that you're praying for. There was was taught, I don't remember which war it was, but with Moshe, I guess maybe it was the Midianites, and it was and they went out to battle. I think there was about something to the tune of 10 to 12,000 soldiers, and it said specifically that for every single soldier that was out in battle, there was one person praying for each specific soldier. The Havdil, we have potentially up to 300,000 reservists that are out right now, potentially ready to go. Imagine what that means for all Klal Yisrael to make that extra effort to find a soldier and just dedicate all their time and effort to pray for that specific soldier. What is chut? What do we have? It's an incredible thing, but like it just what breaks my heart on one hand is that we have to get to this point, but on the other side, it's exciting because really everyone's davening for Mashiach and Geula.
Okay, I'll give you a quickie. If somebody lacks a soldier, let him pray for Yosef Chaim ben Caleb.
Repeat that again. Yosef Chaim.
Okay, give you Yosef Chaim ben Kayla. I'll give you another one. These are two of the guys in the thickest of the thick. Okay.
Joseph
Yosef
Chaim Ben?
Chaim. Yosef Chaim. No, okay, Yosef Chaim ben David. Here's their siren. Here's the incoming. Was it? But you got it live right here. And before the front, Yaakov Nachman ben Menashe. 1 second. 1 second.
I'm hearing it. I'm hearing the sirens.
Live. You got it. Second siren. Hold it. 1 second. Just. Can you hear it?
I can hear it perfectly fine. I'm sure all the audience is hearing it as well.
There's another one. This is south. Okay, this was my neighborhood and the next neighborhood to the south. Between us and that shit, they're going. There, just heard the outgoing. That's Iron Dome just went up in the air. Boom. There you go. Boom. Okay, the first was from the side of the boom. The first was an interception, but the second rocket fell. And according to the thud, it was maybe boom. That's what nothing closer. Okay, the first one was about 600 meters away, and the second one was maybe about 300 meters away. And afterward, find out. I hope everybody's okay. This is live right here. It's no joke. It's no joke. Okay, Michael, I got to get down the road. I got to get down the road because after that, just make sure there's another one going off there. Just another one landed right now. Okay, Michael, God bless you, and we love you. And regards to everybody. And for the Shem, some producer, that's some podcast. Wow. Okay.
Rabbi, thank you very much. I just want you to know, continue to do all the amazing things you're doing for all Klal Yisrael. And Bezrat Hashem, if it's possible, one of the things I want to do is try to get as many names out there of soldiers to daven for and pray for. If you want to send me a whole list, we'll put that out there on through all the social media networks that we have to continue to daven for all of Klal Yisrael. Bezrat Hashem. Stay safe, Rabbi, and hopefully maybe
take care. God bless. There you go again. There you go again. Got to duck again. It's another one. Another barrage coming in. It's going crazy now. Okay, Mike, I got to get down the road. You take care and God bless.
Yourself, Rabbi. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye. Take care.